What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're gonna go pick up a brand new build for you guys. I think it's gonna be exciting. It's a vehicle that I'm very familiar with. I've reviewed quite a bit of this before I ever started making YouTube videos. Fingers crossed, it should be a nice quick build. So without much more talking, let's get on the road. We have about 8 hours drive one way to go pick up this vehicle, bring it back and start tearing it open.
A few moments later.
All right guys, it has been several months since I purchased this vehicle, and today I'm gonna start working on it. As you can see, the primary damage on this vehicle is over on the passenger side here. There is some frame damage up front over here. The front frame is slightly pushed in. The front reinforcement bar is obviously pushed in. Over here, the apron, I don't think the strut tower is affected in any way, but the apron piece is obviously pushed in a little bit. Fender, some damage to the hood, all that stuff. If we go over to the right side, there is absolutely no damage over here, so that's really good. So this vehicle was stolen and then it was later crashed, and if I go in here, you see that there's a whole bunch of items missing. The front screen, infotainment screen, some covers. I'm not exactly sure what they were trying to do over here, but they pretty much stripped a lot of parts off here. A lot of parts are missing, and that's why I went ahead and purchased a parts vehicle, and I'm going to show it to you guys right now. All right guys, right now it's pretty late and it's also raining, but I have the parts Ford Taurus over here, as you can see, and it is banged up in the driver's side, as you can see. I believe this was sideswiped because we have some damage on the door over here and then back over there. Both tires were done, and right in the front was just destroyed. Well, not very bad compared to what we're working on, but I have a lot of good parts on the right side, which is what I'm actually after. Yeah, you can see some of that damage in the back end over here, and that tire is also flat. I'm going to need to put some air in that so I can move this vehicle around. But over here on the passenger side, as you can see, everything is good. Headlight, fender, even the front grille, upper and lower, and the fog lamps are all okay. The frame piece that we actually need over here is also okay, so that's really good. Now that we've seen the parts vehicle, it's time to get working on the vehicle we actually intend to rebuild and get it back on the road. I'm gonna start by pulling some stuff apart over here, same as the other side, because for some reason they actually cut the engine wiring harness. As you can see, it's cut right over there, and this vehicle is pretty much in limp mode. So it's cut over there, and that connects over there. The vehicle runs, it drives surprisingly, but it has no power. So I'm gonna attempt to fix that. The fender off. Now guys, I'm now over by the parts vehicle. I'm trying to open it up to see what's going on, and it looks like we have a nest of some kind in the airbox. I'm gonna get this area open up. I want to see exactly how that wiring goes, so I will determine if I want to splice it in or just attempt to replace the complete harness here. more issues, unfortunately. So it doesn't look like they just cut the wiring harness. It looks like there's a bunch of connectors that's also missing, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about right now. So in the Taurus that we actually intend to rebuild over here, you can see I've opened up the connector over here, and that's where it was cut. But there's nothing going to the headlight or to this hood release switch over here, or to the fog lamps and all the components on this area. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the parts vehicle. Alrighty, so over here on the parts vehicle, if we go in here, you can see that same wiring harness uncut. You can see two connectors, one going to the hood release switch and one going to the headlamp over there. We have another ground over there, and we have a couple more wiring harness that goes down to the lower section of the bumper. So after looking at this, it's not going to be a simple splice. So I'm going to need to figure out exactly what I want to do over here. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the harness as far back, as close to the fuse box as possible, and same over here, and hopefully be able to make this connection with the one we're trying to actually save. Alrighty guys, as you can see, I've completely dismantled this interior to get this screen that came missing on the vehicle I purchased, or the vehicle I intend to rebuild. I gotta come up with a better name for calling this. For the first Taurus, we're gonna call it Taurus number 1, and this part one's gonna be Taurus number 2. So this is gonna go in Taurus number 1 because it came missing, and I just removed it from here. I might need some other plastic trims to completely put Taurus number 1 together. But now I'm going to go over there and start putting this in there. Now I'm going to install the infotainment screen I just put off the Salvage stars, just to make sure it works before I completely tie everything together. Alrighty guys, it's been a minute since I made any progress on the Ford Taurus. I'm about to hop on it, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm trying to do. After I removed the screen from this vehicle and I put it in the new Taurus, there was some issues. I believe that has to be programmed or something, but that's not important right now. The goal today is to strip this vehicle. The front bumper has to come out, grille, everything up here, headlight has to come off, the fender has to come off, because I'm after that structural piece over here that was damaged on the black one. So I need to get everything out of here, start drilling all those reinforcement pieces and get it off so we can have it installed on the new one. Now these pieces are not expensive to purchase brand new. The problem is they're on back order. No ETA when I'm going to get it, and I'm not looking to wait indefinitely for a part I don't know when I'm going to get it. So since I have parts vehicle, I'm going to get it all off here. So first I'm going to lift and secure the vehicle on jack stands, and then I can start ripping all of this off. Now as you can see, there's leaves everywhere because it's already fall, it's November and there's no snow. Super excited about that, so I can do this outside. Even though it's a bit cold, but that's not the worst. Alrighty guys, as you can see, I am making really good progress. The bumper is off, headlights is off, windshield washer reservoir, everything is all over there. My next goal right now is to unsecure this ride support. I don't want to remove it just yet because I'm hoping I can get to those pieces without removing the ride support. Might be a little bit tricky, but we'll see. I want to remove the fender right now, remove the coolant reservoir because I need to drill from all the way over here and get that piece out. I might have to even remove the transmission mount or the engine mount. I'm not sure just yet. I hope I don't have to, but we'll see when we get there. But not so bad so far. So now I'm going to remove the wheel liner, and fender. Now guys, as you can see, I have the fender off. A little bit tricky if you've never worked on a Taurus before, but over here as you can see, it is like styrofoam. So I don't know what exactly this is, but it's glued to the apron piece over there. I've worked on Explorers, Edges, Tauruses, Lincoln, so many vehicles, and only the Taurus seems to have this. Bit of a pain to get to, but we have it up as you can see. Now it's time to get drilling. So we gotta drill all of these pieces out from here like so, all the way. Get this piece out, and then on the inside drill this to get the section off. So it's gonna be quite a bit of work considering there's not a lot of room in here to get that done. But you see how much dirt that is caked up. This engine has never been washed. This engine bay has never been washed, which really sucks, but we're gonna clean that out before we get drilling, and hopefully it's not as difficult as it looks. And now guys, as you can see, I am now ready to start drilling. Clean this up a little bit, and I've gone ahead and marked at least most of the drill spots. As you can see, 1, 2 over there. So for sure I'm gonna have to remove the engine mount because there's 2 spot welds over there that I can't get to because of this big piece. Really sucks, but it is what it is. I have a couple more to drill over here, a couple more on this back panel. And then we're gonna go under here, same thing, like I pointed out, and this side all the way down. So it's gonna be a lot of drilling. I hope I have enough drill bits to get this done, because this is ultra high strength steel. It is a pain to drill through, but let's see what happens. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm making really good progress. This piece very ready to come out. I've drilled out almost everything. The issue I'm having right now is this bottom 2. Just because of the location of the subframe, there's no way for me to get a drill down this way or up this way. So I'm just trying to go at it with a chisel and avoid damaging this piece because I obviously need it. Obviously everything is good on this side. This one's already separated over here. I need to work my way to this 2 and this, and I believe this piece should come out, and then we still have this other piece to remove. And guys, there we have it. That was a difficult piece to get off. Finally did it. So now as you can see, I have all the 3 pieces, the fender, that support, and these supports. So all 3 pieces that was obviously damaged on this area of the vehicle. If you guys remember, I'm going to put a video up here. This topper piece and this inner piece was also damaged, but I was able to get this off a different vehicle that I've already taken apart in the past. I would not be touching this one. Gonna save it for something else. The drilling took a whole lot longer than I actually expected, but it is what it is. Now my next goal is to try to see if I can pull this front wiring harness that goes all the way to the fuse box. As you can see, I already have everything separated on this corner over here. I just need to follow it all the way back here. I know it's this cable that goes into the fuse box, just because obviously the one we intend to rebuild is obviously cut over here. So my goal is to try to see if I can pull the whole assembly instead of splicing into the one on the black Taurus. But I'm tired, so I'm gonna save that for another day, and I'll catch you right away. So as you can see, I've just dropped down the front crash bar, and I also need this back in place. And of course, if all the 8 bolts are removed, the one on the piece I actually need had to break off. So this is going to be a pain to get it off. I'm super pissed about this because it could have broken on any of these other ones I didn't need, but the one that I actually need, that's where it decided to snap clean off. I hope I can get that out. I'm going to let it sit in some penetrating fluid, and then, you know, hope to God it doesn't give me too much issues. But now, as you can see, there's a spot weld over here, another one over here, and there's a couple more back here, and then I can take that plate off. Alrighty guys, as you can see, a lot of the harness is now out of the vehicle. I've completely disconnected everything. Right now the issue is that this wire goes into the fuse box. I have to pull out the fuse box, see exactly what I need to disconnect to get this completely separated. But we're making really good progress. Like I said, I think this is going to be the better route compared to actually having to splice in all those wires, since I have a full wiring harness over here.
A few moments later.
So guys, I think I just played myself. So as you can see, this is the harness like I mentioned. You can see where it traces, that's it over there. And if you go over here, that's the same harness. Like I said, it goes into the fuse box. Now if I lift up the fuse box, it goes a lot further than the fuse box. As you can see, the same wiring harness also goes into the fuse box, but it also goes into through the firewall over there. So that's the same wiring harness coming out on this side over there, and it goes in. So in essence, I would not be able to remove the complete wiring harness. So it really sucks because I just did all this work trying to hopefully replace the complete harness. Unfortunately, that would not be the case. So it looks like it's going to come back to splicing and dicing. It is what it is. Now that I know for sure, I'm just going to have to figure out exactly where I want to make the cuts so I can make the connection to the harness on the black Ford Taurus. But that's all for now. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So I picked up this 2018 Ford Taurus Limited because I expected it to be a nice quick build, but that was almost a year ago. I have lots of experience working on this vehicle as I have rebuilt several of these vehicles in the past, but I was not ready for the surprises that came with this one. Picked it up, brought it home 8 hours away, opened it up, things took a different turn. Several months later, I decided to start working on it. I couldn't make any headway, put it away, and a couple more months later, I opened it back up again. And that brings us to our current situation. I sent this vehicle to the frame shop to get inspected. It failed, not for the damage that I was aware of. It turns out there was hidden damage due to an accident that occurred, and this vehicle was not repaired properly. So with this newly discovered hidden damage in the rear end of this vehicle, plus the front end damage and the main chassis harness that was cut for no apparent reason that renders this vehicle inoperable, really set me back on this project. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's pretty late and I was not going to make a video about this, but I figured why not. I'm currently working on the Ford Taurus and you can see my cuts and those are great, but I am actually having to cut this off to save the other one. That vehicle had been in a rear end collision before and it was not repaired properly. They pretty much just pushed it and sent it on its way, and now it's not going to pass inspection because obviously everything has to be up to manufacturer's specification. So now we found that damage. It's a good thing to have a parts vehicle, because if I did not, that damage would cost me over $1,000 in parts only to get it repaired. But since I have a parts vehicle, I've completely stripped the trunk over here. I need to cut out this rear panel, which I'm currently working on. I'm cutting from over here. It's a waste of 2 good quarter panels, but it is what it is. At least I'm able to get this repair done with a vehicle I actually have instead of spending $1,000 at the dealership. Now I'm going to continue my cuts. I need to get this piece separated and we can take the piece we need and weld it onto the other Taurus. Alright guys, and there you have it. I finally cut that piece out. It only took forever. I have it sitting right over there, but as you can see, no more floor pan, no more trunk lid. That was a mission. Alright guys, as you can see, the painted rear panel looks very good. It's now time to install the rear bumper on the vehicle. I have everything in the rear side of this vehicle completely assembled. Interior is completely put together. Bumper is fully secured, so that's really good. I also secured the fender liner where I was down here, so that's really good. So now it's time to move on to the front end of this vehicle. A second look at the wiring harness that was cut over there. I've looked at the radiator, pulled this out to get the repair on this side of the vehicle done. I've also gone outside and looked at the parts vehicle multiple times, and now I know for sure there's just no way to move that harness from that vehicle to this one, because that harness is the complete engine wiring harness. It goes into the fuse box and goes through the firewall into the vehicle. So as much as I don't like splicing wires, that's the only course of action right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the rad support, the headlights, maybe the fender, and get to work on that area of the vehicle, splicing in the new wiring harness. Now, as you can see, I've completely taken everything off the vehicle. We have the replacement rad support over here. This is the original one. It had some damage, so I removed one from the parts car. Headlights, coolant reservoir, everything is over there. So now it's time to get to work in this area. We have more room to start splicing and then hopefully being able to save this wiring harness. Alrighty guys, unfortunately I had to succumb to the same savagery as the guys who initially cut this harness. As you can see, I have a harness out here. This is the harness from the parts Ford Taurus, which is the white one. I just went ahead and cut it over there, same way they did this one. And I was looking at this and there's a whole bunch of missing connectors and grounds, and it's just gonna be easier just splicing this harness to that one. Hopefully the colors are the same. The parts Taurus is a 2014. And this one is a 2018. So hopefully the colors are the same and it's going to be pretty much just matching colors and there's going to be no funny business. Obviously, I wouldn't know until I get to work. So without much more talking, I'm going to dive right in and see what we have here. I don't think I've had this much of a difficulty working on a vehicle in a very long time. This wire is making me go crazy. So this is the harness that came off the vehicle. This is the one that was cut, obviously, and this is the one that came with the vehicle. This is the one I've cut over here from the parts vehicle. Now let me explain to you what's going on. This is one of the connector that goes to the fan. You can see exactly where it was cut. And that same connector that goes to the fan, so it was cut right about here. So all these connectors is missing on this original harness. I don't have any of this. So instead of starting to splice in the wires just like this, because I don't know which wire goes to which, I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and cut it here and try and transfer this bunch over to this one. Now, is it going to work? I don't know, but this is what I have to work with right now because I have no idea. There's so many different connectors, as you can see, and that's all missing. So this is not going to be a time lapse. It's going to take me a while to figure this out. So I'm just going to get to work behind the scene and I'm going to cut you guys in when I know what I'm doing.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, right now as you can see, it is pretty late. It's dark outside, but I'm in the parts car right now. I'm trying to pull off the wheel airbag for the parts Taurus, from the parts Taurus to install on the Taurus we're going to be rebuilding. I'm going to show you what I'm doing right now. Like I said, as you can see, it's pretty dark out here, but in here I just opened this up. It was a bit of a mission, but we got it done. Couple of tabs to push in, and now I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this, and we can go install it on our Taurus. And now we're back in the garage on the proper Taurus. As you can see, I started taking this apart. It looks like when this airbag deployed, it completely ripped it open. It's still fully secured in there, so I need to still try to pry it out. But this is the replacement one, as you can see. That's not been deployed, that will go on the vehicle. So I'm going to get right to this. And now as you can see, I have it open. And as usual, anytime this wheel airbag deploys in every vehicle, doesn't matter what it is, at least most vehicles I've worked on, this gets really hot. And as you can see, everything is melted. You cannot get this off, there's no way. You can see signs of that heat over there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this, splice in the new wires from the new airbag, and we're going to be good to go. Now I've made all the connections, and yeah, there we go. It's fully secured now. Beautiful. Now over in the engine bay, I start by resecuring the AC line, then the coolant reservoir, which is the coolant tank. And then the windshield washer tank. And moved on to stripping the hood. I intend to paint the inside of the hood, so everything has to come off. I cleaned it, prepped it, and got it sprayed in. The hood was off the vehicle, we prepped it. I also did paint this last night. I just got carried away, I forgot to hit the record button, but I painted the inside of the hood, which is really good. That means at this point I am now ready to pretty much reinstall the component that goes on the inside of the hood, slap it back on, and then I'm going to get back to work on this front wiring, and hopefully I can make some progress. So far, all I've been able to figure out is all the ground cables. As you can see, I've connected everything in there, secured it, which is really good because that took a minute to figure it out. Now, as you can see, I still have quite a bit of wires that needs to get worked on. But first, I'm going to start with the easy stuff, the hood, which is on top of the roof of the vehicle right now. Let's get that fully assembled, installed on the vehicle, and then we can move on to the wiring once again. And now guys, as you can see, the hood is fully assembled. Obviously it got dirty from all these trim pieces over here, but that's no problem. This vehicle is in no clean condition, so everything's gonna get washed when we're done working on it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and install the hood on the vehicle. And now guys, as you can see, the hood is on. That was a mission because this is a heavy hood. It's a steel hood, and it was a very heavy piece to get on there. But I'm super happy I was able to get it done just by myself. Everything is secured, looking good. So now it's time to get back to the dreaded wiring harness over here. I really hope I'm able to figure this out because I've spent so much time on it right now. It's almost getting frustrating, but we're going to give it a shot.
Several months later.
Alrighty guys, so now I'm hopping back on the Ford Taurus. As you can see, it's been sitting outside for a while. The garage is full, lots of other projects. I'm not sure which one is going to get released first, but now today's the only day I'm going to be able to work on the Taurus because it's mildly cold outside. It's only -10, so I'm going to try to finish fixing the wires up front so this vehicle is no longer in limp mode. Then we can hopefully get some more parts on it. So I picked up a used front bumper that's sitting over there, and open the hood. Yeah, put a plastic over it because, as you can see, there's lots of snow everywhere and I did not need anything else getting damaged. So I'm going to pull this off and get back to fixing the wiring up here. First, I'm going to throw in a new battery. Alrighty guys, so as you can see in here, I have made all the connections. Everything is completely secured so far. I have loosely fitted the radiator, the grill shutter, pretty much everything. Headlamps, the only thing that's not on here right now is the fog lamp, but everything is on here. I've also hooked up a trickle charger or battery maintainer to the battery because the vehicle is not on right now, but the ignition is on, so we have power going to the vehicle. I'm gonna go ahead and use a scanner and do testing of all the components. Make sure I've wired everything correctly because, as you can obviously tell, there was a lot of wiring that had to be repaired down there. So over here in the vehicle, as you can see, I've hooked up the scanner and there is so many fault codes. As you can see, everything that's orange is not good. So I'm basically gonna clear all the fault codes, see what comes back, because right now we only have a check engine light. There's no more ABS, so that's really good. That means this vehicle is no longer in limp mode. Because before now, moving this vehicle out of the garage into the yard, back and forth, if you floored it, it would barely move. The ABS light was on. That was obviously the reason why. Now it's no longer on. We just have a check engine light, airbag light, and the tire pressure monitoring system light. So I'm really happy about that. It just means that I have done the connections pretty accurately up front. So now I'm gonna go ahead and clear the codes like I mentioned, see what comes back, and start diagnosing. It's gonna be fun. There's so many fault codes, I'm not gonna waste any time with this. I'm just gonna go ahead and clear it and see what comes back. Because obviously this vehicle was taken apart. So now we're clearing. We still have one for the RCM, one for the PSM, and the APIM. So this gives me a good idea of what I have to deal with. So after clearing all the codes and restarting the vehicle, these are the codes that came back. We have 2 codes for the restraint control system, which is the airbag module and all that fancy stuff. Seat belts, I need to check to see what's still deployed because I did install the new airbag, as you obviously remember in the video. We have one for power steering, heated steering. So all these other ones lost communication with the front is because the center stack is still missing. I'm waiting for that to come in. Same as all these ones over here. So we're looking pretty good right now, pretty good. I ordered this brand new tires for the Taurus, so let's go get them mounted on the rims. Alrighty guys, as you can see, it's another cold day. We're working outside on the Taurus. So I just had the front bumper painted, and I also had hood and fenders on the Taurus also painted. So fender, hood, and the other fender were all painted. Now it's time to start assembling this and getting it ready to go on the vehicle. And I'm going to be doing all of that outside, so this should be fun. Now, as you can see, I have the bumper fully assembled, lower grille, upper grille, the crash absorber, fog lamps, the bezel, sensors, everything is on here. Now it's time to go get this mounted on the vehicle.
A few moments later.
Alrighty guys, it is a sad day. It's not super late, it's just daylight savings. But I took the Taurus for a drive. I have been driving it for the last couple of days just to make sure everything is okay. And on my drive back home, let's just say it did not go good. Well, the drive itself went good. Bringing it back home safely, that's a different case. The Taurus drives phenomenal. Handling is excellent. But while bringing the vehicle back home, trying to park on my property, just because I have so much vehicles in here, I kind of accidentally bumped it, so to say. So our brand new painted bumper is no longer brand new. It is super unfortunate considering how much work I put into this vehicle. I purchased this vehicle over a year ago, so I've been ready to be done with this build. But this happened and I'm super upset about it, but it is what it is. I have purchased a brand new bumper. I have sent it to paint. I should be receiving it shortly, and then we can have everything redone again. And guys, it has been several days. We're now in the garage, much better lighting, and I'm going to show you the damage to the Ford Taurus. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. Super unfortunate. I was actually trying to repair this bumper, but looking at it, you can obviously tell it's just not possible. There was a bunch of missing pieces. The crack was spreading. It's just not worth it. So I picked up a brand new bumper. That brand new bumper is now here. It's been painted. It's time to get to assembling it and hopefully causing no more damage to this vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my bumper stand, bring out the bumper, and we're going to start assembling it. But first, we need the old bumper, or we need the bumper of the Taurus so we can swap all the pieces over to the newly painted one. And yes, I know my garage is a mess. There's a lot of parts for a lot of builds everywhere in here. It's going to be so much chaos trying to figure out what I need when I need it. But that's beside the point. You guys have the brand new painted bumper over here, which is also brand new. I have the Taurus over here. As you can see, I've been putting this vehicle through its paces, and it is super dirty. It's currently winter, and as you can see, all the road grime and salts, this thing desperately needs a wash. But I have to throw a new bumper on, try to fix the headlights, because I have brand new LED headlights in here, and the output is still not good. So I'm gonna sand off and polish this both headlights, see if I can breathe some new life into it. Hopefully that fixes it. But now let's get to popping this old bumper off the vehicle. Alright guys, and there we have it. We have the bumper now off the vehicle. There's a lot of component that needs to be moved over from this one to the brand new painted one. So now it's time to turn it over and start moving parts from that one to this one. So guys, as you can see, the front bumper is now fully assembled. Yes, it looks dirty. It's winter. There's nothing I can do about it. But when we're obviously all done, this vehicle is going to get a proper wash, and I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. So now that the bumper is fully assembled, it's time to throw it on the vehicle. I'm going to get that done right away. Guys, it's the following morning. As you can see, the Taurus is over here. I'm going to bring it over to the car wash it up, and we're going to see what this beauty turned out to be. And now we're in the vehicle. Let's head over to the car wash and get it all cleaned up. I obviously need to put some gas in it, but as you can see, there is no lights on the dash. Super happy about that. Everything works the way it should. This couldn't have turned out any better, literally. It could not have turned out any better. So let's cut to the end of the video. Alright guys, and there we have it. As you can see, the Ford Taurus Limited is all completely done. It looks beautiful. The vehicle handles fantastic. I have no complaints, and there are no coats on the dash. Everything was wired correctly. I couldn't be more happier about how this vehicle turned out. Excellent. The black is sleek, the tinted windows in the rear, everything is just perfect. If you enjoy videos like this, you know what to do. Stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be epic. Crazy amount of work is going into that one. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it. Be sure to copy some merch to help support the channels, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.